Let's listen.
Makosi. All right. So I'm gonna read the memo to the management here. So can everybody please listen? This is good. So, members of the media, can we give the supporters a chance if you can line up on the side because the memo belongs to them. Leadership on the side, kindly. No doubt. Carry on, sir. Go forward. All right, this is the Kaizer Chiefs Supporters Memorandum of Concern. Kaizer Chiefs last lifted a PSL trophy in 2015 during the Stuart Baxter time as the head of the first team. The club is about to finish a 6th season without a silverware, with the possibility of also finishing outside the top 8 for the second time in the same period. This is embarrassing record for a club of magnitude and the stature of Kaizer Chiefs. We do acknowledge the strides the team has made in reaching the quarterfinals of the CAF Champions League for the first time in the history of the club. But this shouldn't even be an achievement when the club is with lesser clubs with lesser resources play CAF football regularly. As Kaizer Chiefs supporters, we have been watching our team in a downfall spiral season after season, with our trophy cabinet being filled up with nothing but empty promises. It was on 18 April 2018 when the club released a statement which in part read, and I quote, "One of the notable decisions from the meeting is that the decisive changes will have to be implemented at the end of the season to redeem the situation. At this stage, circumstances do not permit for us to make immediate changes. However, we are looking to have a complete overhaul of the team before the commencement of the new season." Instead, what followed this statement was an appointment of a head coach by the name of Giovanni Solinas. A mere 2 weeks before the start of the new season, which was preceded by the announcement of 3 players, namely Kama Billiard, Nitokonolo Mira, and an untested player from amateur ranks of Safa Regional League, and Adriana Minana. A player whose signature was to hand the club 2 seasons later. In 2018, for the first time in many years, the club had 3 different head coaches who never inspired confidence from the moment they were unveiled. These coaches were also completely different from each other, which begs a couple of questions. What does Kaizer Chiefs look for in a coach nowadays? What is our football philosophy as a football club? The appointment of recent past suggesting that the club hasn't really grabbed with these questions. Last season, we lost the league on the last day of the season, and it just became business as usual for the club. There was absolutely nothing said to the supporters, no words of comfort and encouragement to indicate that the club feels our pain and that things will get better. We are left with no choice but to believe that we have become the cash cows for the club. The only type of communication we get most of the time from the club is when our loyalty is exploited to sell merchandise and various products of the different companies that sponsors the club. We have basically become customers more than the football supporters for the club. We have tried to raise our grievances through the petitions and social media platforms to no avail. To this effect, we have realized that our remote effects are not sufficient in preventing and stopping the downward spiral of Kaizer Chiefs. It is for this reason that we have decided to go to our home in Naturena to raise our concerns. This is our peaceful saying. We want to be heard by the club. It is a cry across the class divide of Kaizer Chiefs supporters, from Soweto to Durban, from Cape Town to East London to Seshego. It is the voice of a CEO. It is the voice of a queue marshal, merchandiser, marketer, and a politician who all share the love of Kaizer Chiefs to say enough is enough. We have been a laughing stock for far too long. We call on Tatemu Tauni and the Kaizer Chiefs board to hit us and address the following demands. We restore the club lost playing philosophy and status as a big club. Immediately build a competitive squad by recruiting quality players to restore the club back to its glory days. Recruit coaches that fit the playing philosophy and who identify with the brand of football fit for a big club like Kaizer Chiefs. We demand a squad overhaul as promised by the club in the statement of 18 April 2018. That dream needs to happen. The squad overhaul must address our lack of quality and depth in the team, but critically it should also be done with the objective of refreshing the team and bringing the average age down. We demand a development of a vision to conquer Africa and consistently build a team for this purpose. We want them to support the leaders of Kaizer Chiefs. We need to create our own history. We demand the club to work on cultivating good relationships with Premier Soccer League and National Division clubs in order to achieve the above points. We demand effective utilization of the football scouting department for it to be empowered with resources and decision-making powers to embark on a renewal project. If used effectively, the scouting department has the ability to save the club money in the transfer market in the long run. Our MDC team has started to deceive the past couple of seasons with minimal output until recently. There has to be a concerted effort to develop players not only for the club but for the overseas market, and more crucially our MDC team should be catalyst to build relationship with less resourced clubs. Furthermore, this will generate revenue which will ensure the club's sustainability into the future. Kaizer Chiefs must play its role in developing of women's football by forming a women's football team to compete in the Premier Women's Football League SLES 2022/2023 season. There are so many women who support this club, my friends. Something needs to be done. We demand the chairman to account to the supporters through various media platforms. The revival of the chairman's columns on the club website would be a good starting point, but we also need a platform where the chairman can occasionally engage supporters in a dialogue. Well, we as supporters appreciate the great work being done by our marketing department. We would like the club to prioritize its primary business, which is the football. At no stage should corporate Kaizer Chiefs be more important than football. Amen. The club should appoint general managers like CEO whose mandate should be to institutionalize accountability of all operational functions towards the board and to ensure equitable allocation of resources across all functional areas supporting football business. We demand the club to finalize the issue of supporters membership cards, which has been outstanding for several years. The club should always be mindful about when and how it transitions senior players out of the team who have given their best over the years. The club should honor some of these senior players and give supporters an opportunity to do the same. We do not make this demand lightly, and we believe that all of them are reasonable and practical. We also make this demand constructively with love and peace, with a belief that there should always be a dialogue between the club and its supporters to avoid ugly scenes. Last experienced as Moses Mabhida Stadium in April 2018. We demand an acknowledgement of receipt of demands to be published on the club's website and social platforms within 2 days of receipt. We demand a full response to the demands within a period of 3 weeks, 15 working days. Upon receipt of this memorandum, the response must be published in the club's social medias, club's website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Lastly, we would like to wish the club the best of luck in the CAF Champions League quarter-final match against Simba SC, and we plead with the players and the technical team to please give their best to represent this great club.
Action! Okay. Welcome, Amakosi. We're welcoming you in the spirit of love and peace. Yes, you are here because you're really passionate and love this team. Am I right? Yes. We approved this action in this march, knowing that our supporters, you mean well. We know that about you. We also know that you want to be heard. And we are hearing you now, and we have been hearing you. But also we know you're committed to the success of this club, Kaizer Chiefs. We all know that unfortunately with COVID-19, we've not been able to engage with you guys. We've not been able to come to the stadiums and watch games. We've not been able to have our road shows and our events and meetings where we've been engaging face to face. So that was taken away from us. Today I received this memorandum, not on my own, but with the management team here, who are committed here at Kaizer Chiefs. And I must say I've listened carefully and I will read it even further, but we note the concerns that you have raised. But we also note the concerns that have been raised by other supporters who are not here with you, through the branch structures, through the numerous letters that we get, because you guys are always communicating with us, through the messages we get, through the telephone calls on a daily basis that come here into the village, and also on our media platforms and the media in general. You see the media stakeholder here with us today. So we have heard you, and we will continue to listen. And we ask you to continue sharing your thoughts with us, but to do it constructively on the platforms that the club provides. Honestly, guys, I'm not here to make promises today. I can't. It would be unfair. But what I can do, and what we all commit to, is to taking these issues that you have tabled to the highest level of the organization, taking them to the chairman and to the relevant stakeholders, and making sure, and I say this seriously, that they are attended to. That's very important. But also what's important to me, and it's something that we know very well, it is important for you guys to know that we all stand here with a common interest. We all have the same interest at heart. We all want what is best for Kaizer Chiefs. Am I right? Yes. We all want what is best for the Amakosi family. Yes. Great. For me today is not about a struggle. For me today is not about a fight. You know what, guys? It's not even about a protest. It's not about Amandla away to that kind of story. No. It's about Amakosi away. Makosi ke rona. Rona ra Makosi. Am I right? So we are Amakosi, and it's about us together. And that's the most important thing for me. Honestly, yes. The last few years have not been the best for us. They've not been easy, you know. There have been many issues raised, and some of the issues that you raise, they resonate with us. We understand them. It's not that we're sitting here and we don't understand what you guys have raised on the platforms and what has been read here today. But what I know for sure, and I know this very much for sure, is that when we committed to be Amakosi for life, when we said we are going to be Amakosi for life, we did it knowing that we would face good and bad times. Am I right? Yeah. We knew that we would face victories and losses, right? And we've made mistakes. You can't determine the losses, but we've made mistakes. We have made mistakes on all sides. We've made mistakes, and that's a fact. But I do know that we can overcome. We can achieve and unite for the better, guys, and for our greatness. Yes, change is necessary. Change is needed, and we're at the pinnacle of change right now. But let's be honest, guys, it's a process. We didn't get where we are yesterday. It's a process. And what we must understand, and this is a very important point for me, in the midst of change and turmoil, nothing of permanent value is instant. We're not going to get an instant wand and fix the issues. It's going to be a process. Also, let's understand that any actions taken in anger or fear are not going to serve us. It is only if we unite with our common goals and our vision and also our action that we'll achieve everything we desire for Kaizer Chiefs. I believe that. I trust that from today, we will all have the courage to hold hands, unite with each other, to birth a renewed Kaizer Chiefs of the future. Yes. Yes. Our historical journey in the CAF Champions League has been amazing. And the match tomorrow is very critical, guys, against Simba. And it allows us to do the very same thing, birth a new future. We've done exceptionally well, and we should be proud of the guys. And it shows that they are focused, and it's testament to the willingness to be successful even within the challenges that we face. We call on you, our supporters, all of you, those who are here and those who aren't here, to stand behind the team and to acknowledge this milestone and the others that we'll achieve. Let's continue to have loyalty, unity, and stand together in solidarity through thick and thin. You know, when you make a commitment for life, it's through thick and thin. In closing, as I said, we will take these matters, we will have them tabled, and we'll make sure they get the attention they deserve. But lastly, I'd like to request something of the people who are here today, those who will listen and who are listening, those who watch the footage. Take a moment and let's raise our hands in the spirit of love and peace. And let's affirm.
Outcomes of the protest?
Yes, I would say I'm happy because we were allowed to come here. Even though the most biggest thing is, will they listen and do what we have asked for? That's the most important part. Yeah.
And then how was the planning process for the protest?
Everything went well. Yeah, you see, like we sat down as supporters from all media platforms and everything and say, look, guys, this is a big club. Something needs to give in because they have been standing far from us. It's only us who can make this happen by going to them. If they can allow us to come, then everything will go well. So we sat down and organized everything. We followed all procedures that were needed to be followed. Then that is why we are here today.
What will happen if they don't leave your
I think if you have listened carefully in the memorandum, we have given them a time frame. They need to come back to us and then let us know what they say. Yes. Yeah, it's a continuation of them trying to change the club. You know, sometimes people can say we hear and we listen. You know, saying and doing is two different things. They must say something here that we'll look into it, and then looking into it may be forever. So they need to look into it and then take action on it. Thank you. Players recruitment. Everybody can now wear Kaizer Chiefs jersey. Let's be honest, guys. Like the quality of the players that it is in this village is absolutely, it's shocking. It's embarrassing to say it. Even I'm not disrespecting other clubs, but I'll make an example. Even teams like TTM, they have better players than Kaizer Chiefs. Your Barokas, they have better players than Kaizer Chiefs. Something needs to give in. Chiefs shouldn't be complaining about the buying price. It's not like when they go buy a player that are quoted in dollars or pounds. It's the same rents as it's happening to all PSL clubs. They need to pay up. If you want quality, you must pay for it. Stop complaining. That's it. Another thing is the recruitment of coaches. Honestly speaking, after Stuart Baxter, coaches that have come to Chiefs, it's shocking. Your Steve, your Solinas, even Ernest. I don't know why he was brought back here. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to say much about the current coach, but you can see the results are there for you to see that this club is bigger than him. If you want a quality coach, you're going to pay for it. You know, when you go into a clothing store, you see that, okay, this sneaker costs this much. The quality of that sneaker tells you why it costs that much. So Chiefs should pay for quality players, and they should also pay for quality coaches. If you look at around, even a club like Bloemfontein Celtics, who are struggling financially, they have a women's club. I'll also talk about Mamelodi Sundowns. Majority of women support Kaizer Chiefs. Like when you have a partner, you can't just buy your own jersey. They're going to tell you, I want a jersey too. Women support this club, and most of them, they love Kaizer Chiefs. Something needs to give in. They should also be appreciated as women in football. This is no longer a men's thing. You understand? You could see the people who were here, it was Jessica and Gemiso. It's women. They should show leadership in putting up other women to support the club and making and creating a football club for women.
I think it's around 3 months now. Since it has been 3 months since we have been organizing this match. After last week, recent events that happened there, Manchester, so we saw a chance so that we can promote our match. Then we took a decision to match today, and then but this plan has been around for about 3 months or so. I'm quite happy, even though I know they were just buying face, but I'm quite happy. We'll see with their response, but I'm quite happy. Like we have stated there on the memorandum, so we are hoping that they will respond to some of the points, because we know we won't control the team. They will pick those ones they feel like, okay, they are valid. So we're just hoping that they will come back to us in that time that in 2 weeks' time. We hope that they will come, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, in South Africa, women's football is not celebrated that much. We have quite few teams, like professional teams that have their football teams. So I think around last year, KEF invited Jessica there, and they spoke about improving women's football in Africa. So we want to play that role there. We want to play that part because we have a big fan base. We know if they can have women's team that the women's football team women's football will be much promoted there, since we have a large fan base. Yeah.
This season, how do you feel about your club?
We kind of expected that it will go sour since we had a ban, but with the team that finished second last season, we didn't expect that we will struggle to qualify for top 8. Gavin Hunt, on his part, I think he failed some point there, but we didn't want to raise this focus more on this on Gavin Hunt on this protest, because this thing has been happening for 6 years now. So this season is not an excuse to make this match, but yeah, we don't want to focus more on this season, because we already knew that it was going to be tough for us.
I hope they get to the semi-finals. This is not about Gavin Hunt. This is not about Gavin. We need to give Gavin Hunt a chance and see what he's going to do next season. Give Gavin Hunt his players, and then let's give him a chance. And for tomorrow, good luck.
From my side, this is not all about the coach, but our major concern was the players. Are they still sure? Do they know how we as supporters, how we as fans are suffering because of their poor performance? You see, sometimes you don't understand from our side what is the problem with this team, because this is the same team that last year about this time they were on top of the league. But the same team with the same players, with the same mentality, this time they are even struggling to achieve top 10. This can't happen. We have been turned into an embarrassment by other fans from other teams. For us here, it's a matter of us showing a concern and say, guys, remember that we are out there. We are not fighting. We say, guys, pull up your socks. 3 games left. We are expecting all 9 points from the 3 games left, and good luck from tomorrow with Gavel and the management. Next season is coming. We know we are going to have better players. We are expecting next season operation no prisoners. The league is ours. Sundowns is working there alone without any challenge. We are of the opinion that Pirates will assist us and chase Sundowns, but all of them, they can't even touch Sundowns. So we are back in full force to say, Sundowns, you have been on the gravy train. This needs to stop. Kosi is there for life next season. We are there. Viva and good luck for the game tomorrow. We as Kaizer Chiefs, we say thank you guys. We will be there to support you 100%. We are only here on a peaceful protest to show that we still love you. Viva Kosi for life. Viva! Viva!
We are happy to see about Jessica saying something to us today. But I just want to say that responding to this memo should not be about what's being said to us. We want action. We want to feel it. We want to see players of quality in Kaizer Chiefs. This is not a small team. We want to be treated like a big team. It doesn't make sense to me that we only won twice in the last 16 games against Pirates and Sundowns. That's making us a small team. And we need quality in terms of coaching and players. That's what we're asking for. We don't want to be told anything on social media or anywhere. We just want quality. That's what we're asking for. We want to feel it on the ground. We want to feel it, that these people listen to us and they're going to act. And I'm saying I'm a Kosi for life. Yes. For me, response is just words. What's important for me is action, like I said. The most important thing that I'm going to tell you, when I'm going to be happy, is when we hear about who's coming to join Kaizer Chiefs for next season. That's the only time I'm going to be able to answer your question. For now, I can't be saying I'm happy. I'm not happy because I haven't seen any action. So that's what's important for me. Without a doubt, this is one of the worst seasons. We are struggling. We struggle to get to 30 points. I mean, looking at the fact that we were number 2 last season, we lost the league, but with the quality that we have coming from the development, we should be able to compete for at least the top 5 if we're having a bad season. Not struggling to get to the top 8, the worst ever for me.
Defense! Bigger than Kaizer Chiefs.